What if your child's big feelings aren't a problem to fix, but a language to understand? From tantrums to tears, jealousy to joy, your child's emotions are not chaos. They're communication. And when we treat them as such, we don't just calm moments, we cultivate lifelong emotional intelligence. Welcome to the emotional ecosystem, the inner world where feelings flow like weather patterns, sometimes sunny, sometimes stormy, and your role isn't to control the climate, but to be a steady anchor within it. Step 1. Name it to tame it neuroscience shows that simply labeling an emotion reduces its intensity in the brain. When your child screams in frustration, instead of "stop yelling, try, you're really frustrated because the tower fell." This activates the prefrontal cortex, the brain's calming center, while validating their experience. Don't rush to fix. First, witness. I see you're upset. That moment of being seen is often enough to begin regulation. Step 2. Emotions are messengers, not mandates. Teach your child. Feelings are information, not instructions. Anger might say, "My boundary was crossed." Sadness whispers, "I need comfort." Fear alerts, "I feel unsafe." Help them listen. What is your sadness trying to tell you? This shifts emotions from overwhelming forces to useful signals, building self-awareness they'll carry into adulthood. Step 3. Co-regulation before self-regulation. A dysregulated brain can't logic its way calm. Your child doesn't need a lecture during a meltdown. They need your regulated presence. Breathe slowly beside them. Offer a hand, not a solution. Say, "I'm here. You're safe." This isn't coddling. It's co-regulation, the biological process where your calm nervous system helps theirs find balance. Over time, they internalize this rhythm. But it starts with you staying grounded even when they're not. Step 4. Expand the emotional vocabulary. Move beyond happy, sad, and mad. Introduce nuance. Disappointed versus devastated, annoyed versus furious, nervous versus terrified. Use books, faces in mirrors, or emotion charts. The more precisely they can name what they feel, the less they'll act it out physically. Step 5. Normalize all emotions, even the uncomfortable ones. Avoid saying "you're okay" or "don't be scared." This invalidates. Instead, it's okay to feel scared. Everyone does sometimes. Create a home where all feelings are allowed, but not all behaviors. You can feel angry. You can't hit. This distinction teaches emotional responsibility without shame. Step 6. Model your own emotional navigation. Children learn more from what we do than what we say. Narrate your own process. "I'm feeling overwhelmed, so I'm going to take 3 deep breaths. I made a mistake. I feel embarrassed, but that's part of learning." This shows emotions aren't weaknesses, they're human. Step 7. Create safe spaces for processing. Designate calm down zones, not as punishment, but as reset spaces. Stock them with sensory tools, stress balls, drawing paper, weighted blankets. Let your child choose what helps them return to center. Step 8. Reflect after the storm. When calm returns, gently revisit. Earlier, you were really upset. What happened? What helped? What might help next time? This builds metacognition, the ability to think about their thinking. Step 9. Separate behavior from identity. Never say, "You're so angry." Say, "You felt angry and you threw a block." This prevents your child from internalizing emotions as who they are. Step 10. Celebrate emotional courage. Acknowledge when they express hard feelings appropriately. "You told me you were sad," instead of shutting down. That took courage. Praise emotional honesty as much as academic or athletic wins. This emotional ecosystem isn't built in a day. It's cultivated through thousands of tiny moments. The time you paused instead of scolding. The breath you took before reacting. The "I see you" you offered in the middle of chaos. And the payoff? A child who doesn't fear their feelings. Who can say, "I'm overwhelmed, I need a minute." Who listens to others with empathy because they've been deeply heard themselves. In a world that often values performance over presence, emotional fluency is the ultimate superpower. You're not just raising a well-behaved child. You're raising an emotionally intelligent adult, one who can navigate conflict with clarity, build authentic relationships, and lead with compassion. That begins not with control, but with connection. Not with suppression, but with sanctuary. Your child's big feelings aren't a burden. They're an invitation to understand, to guide, and to grow alongside them. If you believe emotional intelligence is the foundation of a meaningful life, like this video, share it with a parent, teacher, or caregiver nurturing the next generation of empathetic leaders, and subscribe for more in-depth, science-backed insights on mindful parenting, emotional wellness, and raising whole humans in a fractured world. Don't forget to hit the bell icon so you never miss a short or deep dive that helps you build a home where every feeling has a place and every heart feels safe to be known.
Is your baby fighting sleep, or are they silently asking for something else? Babies don't resist rest. They communicate their needs in a quiet language of yawns, eye rubs, hiccups, and subtle shifts. Learning this language of sleep transforms exhaustion into understanding and bedtime into bonding. Watch closely. Early sleep cues include glazed eyes, decreased activity, ear tugging, or sudden stillness. These are golden windows, your baby's saying, "I'm ready." Miss them, and overtiredness kicks in, back arching, frantic crying, or second wind energy. That's not defiance, it's overwhelm. Hiccups? Often a sign of drowsiness, not digestion. Fussiness after feeding? Might not be gas, it could be fatigue. Turning away or avoiding eye contact. Their nervous system is saying, "I need to wind down." Respond gently. Dim lights, lower your voice, offer skin to skin or slow rocking. A calm rhythm, not a strict schedule, is what builds secure sleep associations. And remember, nighttime wakings aren't broken sleep. They're normal biology. A baby's sleep cycles are short and they seek closeness to feel safe between cycles. Your presence isn't creating bad habits, it's co-regulation, the foundation of trust and eventual independent sleep. When you read their cues with patience, you teach them, your body is wise. Your needs matter. You're not alone. That security becomes the bedrock of deeper, more resilient sleep over time, not through training, but through attunement. You're not just helping them rest. You're building a lifelong sense of safety in their own body and world. If you're learning to listen to your baby's quiet signals instead of fighting their rhythms, like this video, share it with a parent navigating sleep with gentleness, and subscribe for more science-backed, heart-centered guidance on infant cues, emotional bonding, and mindful early parenting. Don't forget to hit the bell icon so you never miss a short that helps you nurture rest, connection, and trust, one cue at a time. Think your baby is wide awake? Look closer. Their body is already whispering, "I'm ready for sleep." Babies send 3 types of sleep signals, and catching them early makes all the difference. Visual cues come first, a distant stare into space, slow blinks, subtle eye rubs with tiny fists, or even faintly reddened eyebrows. You might notice them suddenly go quiet during play or turn away from toys and faces. These aren't boredom, they're biology. Then there are auditory cues. A tired cry sounds different. It's lower, more rhythmic, and often starts with a sound, like a tiny yawn turned into a whimper. Hunger cries are sharper, more urgent, and rhythmic in short bursts. Pain or discomfort cries are sudden, high-pitched, and hard to soothe. Learning these subtle differences helps you respond to the right need. Behavioral cues seal the message. Increased fussiness that doesn't improve with feeding, reduced eye contact, limp limbs, or even rooting motions when they're not hungry, a sign their nervous system is seeking comfort, not food. Some babies arch their backs or hiccup repeatedly as drowsiness sets in. When you miss this early window, overtiredness floods in, cortisol spikes, and your baby fights sleep they desperately need. But when you catch the cues, you can gently dim lights, offer soft rocking, or begin your wind-down routine, meeting their need before overwhelm takes over. This isn't about perfect timing. It's about attunement, reading your baby's unique rhythm and saying, "I see you. I've got you." And in that moment, sleep becomes more than rest. It becomes trust. If you're learning to read your baby's quiet language instead of guessing their needs, like this video, share it with a new parent tuning into their little one's signals, and subscribe for more gentle, science-backed insights on infant development, bonding, and mindful early parenting. Don't forget to hit the bell icon so you never miss a short that helps you nurture calm, connection, and deeper rest, one cue at a time. What if every yawn, sigh, and shift your baby isn't just about sleep, but an invitation to deeper trust? When you respond to their early cues before crying, before chaos, you're not just helping them rest. You're saying, I see you. I understand you. You're safe with me. That repeated attunement, reading a rub of the eyes and offering calm before overwhelm, builds secure attachment. It wires your baby's brain to expect care, not chaos. And that foundation shapes how they'll relate to the world for life. Babies who feel consistently understood develop healthier emotional regulation. They cry less over time, not because they're trained, but because their nervous systems learn. When I signal, someone responds. I am not alone. This isn't indulgence, it's neuroscience. Co-regulation today becomes self-regulation tomorrow. And it shifts you from reactive to proactive parenting. Instead of racing to fix a meltdown, you gently anticipate needs, dimming lights at the first stillness, offering the breast before hunger cries, rocking at the first hiccup of fatigue. This isn't about perfection. It's about presence. Even missing cues sometimes is okay. What matters is your return, your repair, your continued effort to listen. Over time, you and your baby develop a quiet rhythm, a language of glances, touches, and timing that outsiders might not notice, but you both feel deeply. That's the real gift of cue-based care, not just smoother nights, but a bond where your child knows, at the core of their being, that they belong. And from that security, everything else grows: confidence, curiosity, resilience. If you believe parenting begins with listening, not controlling, like this video, share it with a caregiver nurturing trust through everyday moments, and subscribe for more gentle, science-backed insights on infant development, emotional bonding, and mindful early parenting. Don't forget to hit the bell icon so you never miss a short that helps you build a lifetime of connection, one quiet cue at a time.